You didn't become distant because you stopped caring. You became distant because caring cost too much. And now, silence feels safer than connection. That's the part nobody explains. Your phone lights up, a name you recognize, a pattern you remember. You stare at the screen. And instead of anxiety, you feel relief. So you don't answer. Not out of anger, not out of cruelty, but because your nervous system whispers, "Not again." And for the first time, you listen. This isn't emotional coldness, it's neurological conservation. Your brain is designed to protect finite energy. When emotional demand consistently outweighs emotional reward, your nervous system doesn't negotiate, it withdraws. Not to punish others, but to preserve you. This is the same biological system that pulls your hand away from heat. And for people who've spent years absorbing tension, managing moods, stabilizing emotional chaos, closeness becomes the fire. Distance becomes safety. But here's the question that lingers beneath the calm. Are you protecting your peace or training yourself to disappear? You weren't always like this. There was a version of you who answered every call, smoothed every conflict, held everyone together. You became emotionally fluent early, reading rooms, predicting moods, managing reactions. Not because you wanted to, but because emotional stability depended on it. So you adapted. You became the one who carried weight others didn't even see. And over time, you learned a dangerous lesson. Closeness equals responsibility. Love equals emotional labor. Eventually, your nervous system recalibrated. It stopped asking, "Is this person safe?" and started asking, "Is this person expensive?" Not financially, emotionally. That's when the quiet began. And the quiet felt like relief. But relief isn't the same as healing. Sometimes emotional withdrawal protects you. Other times, it slowly convinces you that connection itself is the threat. That's the subtle danger. At first, you pull back from certain people. Then you pull back from closeness. Eventually, you pull back from vulnerability itself. And that's when solitude stops being peace and starts becoming armor. Not because you're broken, but because your nervous system is still fighting a war that already ended. There's a difference between walls and boundaries. Walls keep everyone out. Boundaries let the right people in. Walls are built from fear. Boundaries are built from clarity. And the difference between the two isn't behavior, it's intention. When you cut someone off and feel relief, that's not cruelty. That's information. It means your system detected depletion. But when you start assuming everyone will eventually drain you, that's trauma writing your social script. Here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, "Who should I remove?" ask, "Who earns access to my nervous system?" Because emotional intimacy isn't about time, it's about regulation. The right people calm your system. The wrong people activate it. That's the filter. Are you protecting your peace or training yourself to disappear? You're protecting your peace when distance brings clarity, stability, and self-connection. You're disappearing when distance becomes numbness, isolation, and emotional shutdown. One feels like grounding, the other feels like fading, and your body knows the difference. Solitude isn't loneliness. Loneliness is the absence of connection you want. Solitude is the presence of peace you chose. If your quiet feels like breathing again, that's not isolation, that's recovery. But recovery isn't the destination, it's the reset. Because once your nervous system finally feels safe, a deeper question appears. If you're no longer surviving, who do you become? And that's where the real transformation begins.